And if you thought that was exciting, Tuesday, August 25th, we have a lot going on. The positive thing is the moon will be moving out of Scorpio into Sagittarius, which is a beautiful energy. It's a fire energy. We're no longer stuck in the darker emotions. We're no longer probing for, answers to our questions. That Sagittarius energy is optimistic. It's confident. It wants us to see the bigger picture and rise above all of that heaviness that we would have been in with the moon in Scorpio. So we have that working to our advantage. And it's a good thing because we got a lot more going on. Mercury will be trining Uranus. This is a beautiful aspect for us. Mercury, again, the messenger of the gods ruling over the mental plane, is the lower level of our intellect, whereas Uranus, the great awakener, is the higher intelligence, that our higher self, our energy, our consciousness connects to the divine information of the cosmos. So a trine is a good aspect between any planets, but Mercury trining Uranus, this is going to lead to huge insights. We're going to have some beautiful aha moments. We're going to be social, collaborating and exchanging ideas with others is going to lead to some great ideas. Communications will be on point, so it's a great time to kind of have those interactions. And it's a good thing that we have that going, but I want you to think of this. Mercury and Uranus, especially trining together, is electric. There's a lot of energy there. So even though we might receive huge insights and aha moments, even though social engagements might be high, there's a high vibrational electric energy there that if we're not processing that correctly, it could lead to anxiety or overwhelming feelings. That is definitely going to be a downfall playing into the sun making an aspect with Jupiter, because the sun and Jupiter are going to add to a very vague picture and understanding of what's going on. We tend to be a little bit restless with this particular energy. We're definitely not content with sitting in one place and doing our same old, same old. The sun and Jupiter, anytime Jupiter is involved, it is too much. It's a little bit extra. It's a magnifying glass expanding things to a volume in which they don't need to be expanded to. There's an unstable energy that comes with that particular aspect, and we can have a lot of exaggerated emotions and elevated moods. So I want you to be very careful of that. We also have Mercury making another aspect with Saturn, which tends to delay us in thinking that we are kind of complete in some lessons and some tasks. We have a tendency to rethink and redo and revisit and review some certain projects that we thought we were done with. And this can lead to a little bit of a negative Nancy narrative as well, because we're getting down on ourselves, right? Again, that Saturn energy wants to hold us back. It wants to restrict us. It wants us to think very clearly about what we're doing and make sure we've crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's before we move on to the next chapter. And so, with all of that already taking place, there's an impulsive energy coming in because, again, there's a lot of electricity going on that particular day, and Mars and Mercury will be making an aspect as well, which means that we tend to want to be impulsive. We want to rush through things. And then we have that Saturn energy there saying, woo, no, red light. You can't rush through this. You can't jump into something that you're not ready for. You have to take it slow. You have to really work through the step-by-step plan in order to be successful. So we have a lot of hesitation happening there. Again, a lot of very electric energy that wants to push us forward, but we're not taking the time, we're not taking the care to focus in on the details, and that is an absolute must. Now, Venus is also opposing Jupiter that day, which means that Venus, being the goddess of love and beauty and money and pleasure and all things joyful, she is going head to head with Jupiter. Again, Jupiter is a little bit too much, a little bit too extra. So where love is concerned, we might be overly infatuated or overly disconnected with our romantic partner. We can be feeling some really big feelings that might not be as accurate as they normally would be because we're feeling all that overconfident, overly positive, extra energy from Jupiter. So we want to be very careful about what it is that we're focused on that day, what it is that we truly value. We want to stop ourselves from making hasty decisions and pushing ourselves forward when we're not prepared yet. We have to think very logically. The energy wants us to move forward, wants us to jump into new things. And again, there's a conflicting energy there holding us back, making us kind of sort through the details to make sure we have all of our ducks in a row before we get these new timelines started.